How's it going, everybody? Sorry, I got some sunflower seeds in my mouth, so I'm going to kind of sound stupid. But, well, I'm not making any compensations now, am I? So, this video is going to be about how to make a campaign farmer. And I had made a playlist that was like how to and what to do in Raid. And I really never added to it, but now I'm going to. So, let's go over some options here, and I'm going to show you the stats you really need to farm Brutal first, and then I'm going to show you what you need to farm Nightmare. Okay, I have quite a few champions that I have that can do this, and you're going to have a couple of them too. Let's see here. So the first one that you're probably going to have is Kale. Now, as you can see, my Kale is in a stun set, and he's not quite up to crit cap, but I've made him so he actually is more, I'm going to put this, he's more to a gear level of an early player. This is about what you're going to be looking at for, you know, attack or crit damage, crit rate. You're probably going to get close to 100%. This is a little low for attack, what you're going to need, but this should work. And you're going to want to just over 200 accuracy for this to land his debuffs. I do have him in the Masters all the way down to increasing the chance of stun. That is an option if you have stun set laying around. He is a 1-star blessing with Phantom Touch to help push out extra damage. But his greatest thing is this Acid Rain. Attacks all enemies, has an extra 50% chance to inflict a critical hit, so he's going to critical hit no matter what with that. And then fills his turn meter by 25% for each enemy killed. So he can just keep, start taking more and more turns. And you're going to want him booked out. And he also has an HP aura in all battles, even though he's an attack champ, which is kind of weird. But if you notice, all of the starter champs have that. He is in full refresh gear. I wonder if I have an attack banner. I don't have an attack or refresh banner. That would give us a little more. That's fine. We'll keep it how it is. The next one you'll look at is you might get lucky and get a Fellhound. Now this guy is actually the fastest Brutal campaign farmer. I think he does it around 5 seconds. And he doesn't need to be really fast. As you see, mine is over crit capped. His damage is based on defense and attack. And you're going to set him up so where he's only using his A1. If his AI sees that he can feasibly destroy the wave, he'll just A1. He won't do his support stuff here. His deflect and flameborn vigor. And as you can see, I have his stats being, he has about 3,000 attack, about 3,700 defense. Sadly, this is where you need a lot of your stats right here. Since his damage is done between the two, I found that I need this much to actually one-shot the waves effectively. You're going to need around 250 crit damage, probably 230 is okay, and obviously 100% crit rate. You don't need any accuracy or resistance. And you just need him to be around 120 to 130 speed. And his HP doesn't matter because he'll just completely kill the waves. And I sat and I re-geared my Bellower. He was set up for stun because I was using him for secret rooms and I was using him for faction wars. But I completely redid him. I brought him all the way down here to Helm Smasher. Now this is the thing I want you to look at. These are the masteries you want for a campaign farmer. Or a farmer, period. You take him to the dungeon and you're lucky and you get like a Tomb Lord or something. You want to get down here to Cycle of Violence to have a 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of one of your skills by a turn when the damage exceeds 30%. Because if you're one-shotting the waves, or you're just completely almost destroying them, this should proc, right? You also want to get him down to kill streak, where his damage will increase for every enemy he's killed, and this does stack across each round, up to 12%. And also give him methodical, because for Bellower especially, he's going to use his A1 a lot. Same thing for Fellhound. And you're going to want him down in Helm Smasher. You don't want to take him to War Master, unless it's your Kale, and you're brand new to the game, and you're using him for Clan Boss, right? Take him over to Heart of Glory, because your guy should be technically attacking first. So he'll get extra damage off Heart of Glory. And then single out. If their health starts to fall below that threshold and they're not dead yet, you're going to do more damage on your next hit. And you're going to want to take him into support tree, give him accuracy, and you're going to want to take him down right to here. His speed will get increased for each dead ally. You're running him with food. You plan on them dying, so take it down that way. Alright? As you can see, my Fellhound's different. I have him in counterattack. I gave him extra defense, and so he can survive just in case something bad happens in a counterattack. But he really doesn't need it. So let's go over those three first. Oops, don't want to go to Nightmare. We'll go to Brutal, and I'm going to show you the best place to farm for silver is going to be right here at stage 3, because shields are worth more money. And if you're not farming Spider to get silver, this is your best bet to farm for silver and level up your champions, okay? So that's going to be 12-3. Now, if you get the best experience in the game, you want 12-6 right here on Brimstone. As you can see, my Ethos is my farmer. We're going to take these guys out. I'm going to run right over here, and we're just going to throw some food champs in. And let me show you Fellhound. Let me show you Big Daddy. Yeah, we'll do some other dogs here. As you see, 1, that wave's dead. 2, and then 5 seconds, going to be 6.
Nice.
Clears it in 6 seconds. My fastest was 5. But as you can see, Fellhound just A1, A1, A1. Alright, let me check my... I am on unlimited FPS, so... Let's edit this team. You saw Fellhound do it. Now let's take a look at Bellower. And there's going to be a trick to Bellower if you can't get him to one shot. 1. 2.
What sorcery is this?
Now you see he didn't completely wreck that wave. Boom. Okay. That's actually a great time. 13 seconds for him is a great time. I do want to show you something though. If your Bellower isn't dealing enough damage, give him over 200 speed. So let's go down to our Bellower here. Somewhere. He does have over 200 speed. I think it's like 210. Give him 210 speed and he'll go twice before the wave. And his attack is a little low. You're going to want him around 3,000, 3,500. And I do have him here in lifesteal. So, okay. Oop. Sorry, this is a habit. Make it a habit. Always buy your mystery shards. They're cheap, and they can come in clutch later on. Now here's going to be one for Kale. This one might be a little rocky, but we'll see how it goes. Nope, he did it. There's one. Boom. Now you see we're getting caught up here. But that's fine. He's going to go here in just a minute. Boom. Boom. Whenever I do my alt accounts, when I'm doing referrals, 22 seconds is just fine. And like I said, this Kale is more to the suitable nature of a champion you're going to have at the beginning of the game, right? So he's got, because we're running crit rate gloves, right? 5-star crit rate gloves. And his speed is always very fast. He's 228. He has like 2600 attack, and he's got 140 crit damage. Like I said, this is more comparable to what you have for a beginning player. Even a mid-game player, this might be it. Okay? That's how you build your rare wave clear guys, okay? Your farmers. Now let's kind of look at somebody else. Let's start looking at legendaries here. I don't have any epics built up that can clear. My Herndig, though, is great. I love my Herndig. He's very fast, 100% crit rate, 231 crit damage, just 5,000 attack, and he comes down to Helm Smasher. And I want to show you something, because I used Herndig to clear Nightmare, to farm Nightmare for me. Woo! But this is him on Brutal. Herndig has a special kit to where if he kills somebody with his A1, it refreshes cooldown and gives him an extra turn. Boom, right there. Extra turn, decrease cooldown. Boom, go again, 11 seconds. That's great. Now the reason I have him so fast, we'll go to Nightmare, is so he can do this on Nightmare. Even with 5,000 attack, he doesn't completely one-shot the wave. And clearing Nightmare in 20 seconds is very admirable. It's very fine. As you can see, my fastest time is 9 seconds, and that's actually with Ethos. So let's edit the team here. And we'll use my Ethos. It must have been a freak accident when he did it, because he must have just been able to proc Cycle of Violence and his refresh accessories like one after the other. But you see my Ethos does it in 14. And I have him on Crushing Rend. If I could have him as a 6-star, it would be Crushing Rend, just for the fact that he could farm this. So let's go and look at champions here. My Ethos is in Savage and he's in Fatal. Fatal is a great sec, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Ethos' stats, 5.9k attack, 206 speed, 100% crits, 265 crit damage. Doesn't really need accuracy, even though he does place big weekend on his A3? A2? A2. His masteries go all the way down here to Flawless Execution. That's another thing. Don't take Helm Smasher if you're early game. I should have said this earlier. Go down to Flawless Execution if you can. That's going to give you consistently more damage. Okay? Now let's say you had a Baron. Baron can also clear that too. Mine is not set up in Savage or anything. I actually think he might die if I use him, but we can try him. He also brings increase in all battles aura, so that's nice. Let's see if he does it. Almost. Oop. His A1 smacks really hard. And any extra damage he would do... Oh, he's gonna die. Yep. Yep, Baron died. I think with Baron you just have to set up a team for him. But that's it for this video. It's really short, really sweet. Remember, when you're building your starter farmer, let's just go down to Bellower and take a look at him. Mastery should be as such, and if I recommend, if you're very early game, don't take Helm Smasher. You're going to want Flawless Execution just for guaranteed extra damage, because this Helm Smasher is on a 25% or 50% chance. You're going to want around 3,000 attack, well, maybe 3,500, 100% crit rate. This is fine for crit damage, and if you can, get your Bellower up to 210 speed, and his accuracy needs to be around 200, and that should work. As you had seen, Kale, Fellhound, Bellower, we had a couple others too, didn't we? Herndig. I think Cupidus can do it too, actually. Let's try one more. Let's try Cupidus. Not on Nightmare, though. Cupidus definitely can do Brutal. He always does that, though. He leads with that that hard-hitting A2 or A3. Yep. His A1's where it's at, though, if you want him to like be fast. Again, he would be another one where you just only make him do his A1. There you go. Alright, any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll catch you in the next one.